So today in our session, we will be mainly focusing on a new product we released to the market. This panel has 40 watt more than the regular panels, the same dimensions. This will be a good panel for the commercial projects and can be used also for utility for the ground mounted projects. So the power will be 670, 675. So this is actually something we have started last year, applying this technology on the small panels, the 54 cells. We call it the infinite technology, and now we are applying this technology for the big panels. I'm talking about the 2382 length panel with a regular also width 1134. So in the previous panel, we could provide 650 watt, and now by applying the infinite technology, we could also increase 20 watt more. And this also gives us the chance to widen and increase the gap between the AIKO back contact panels and our competitors from TOPCon with 30 to 40 watt. So it's 7% more power. And as you know, this is a big advantage in terms of yield or in terms of saving of the balance of system in case you just keep the same DC capacity. So let's move on and see how we what other technologies and how we could achieve this development. So as I said, these panels has the infinite technology, and also we have applied the copper interconnection, which will have a great advantage in terms of micro cracks. And also a new thing today to release, it's the anti-ignition certificate we have for our double glass panels, and we have it also for this panel. And in addition to all of these, we have, I would say, the basic features we used to offer in our previous panels in the last 2 years. It's the partial shading optimization is still there in this panel, the high temperature restriction, and the micro crack resistance, and the lower degradation compared to TOPCon, and the lower temperature coefficient. So I would say all the previous features you are familiar with our panels are already available in this panel, but on the top of that, we increase the power with the infinite technology. We have a copper interconnection circuit and the anti-ignition. So talking about the infinite technology, you know that this helped us to increase the active production area by 1.1%. This is also from the smaller panel before. And this is an advantage actually to the back contact panels, because we are able to basically flip the ribbon to the backside, which is kind of a challenge for the TOPCon panels, because they have a front circuit, and flipping the ribbon to the backside will have a high potential to cause micro cracks at the edge of the cells. But in our case, for the back contact technology, the circuit is already built from the backside, and it's way easier to have the ribbon on the backside, and we call it invisi ribbon. So this is one improvement to increase the power with 1.1%. The other thing also, which we have again applied in the small panels, it's to eliminate the gaps between the cells. And this also improved the active area of production by 0.5%. Again, this is an advantage for the back contact technology, because we have the cell metallization on the backside, and it will be way easier for us to eliminate the gaps, which is still a big hassle for for the TOPCon because of the two-side circuits they have in their cell structure. And honestly, this is the first time we have seen this concept with the shingle technology, but due to the issue and list of reliability of the adhesive material, I think it's not moving forward with the shingle technology anymore. So these are the two development. The NVZ ribbon plus eliminating the gaps helped us to increase the power output of these big panels. When it comes to these panels, we can go in two directions or two scenarios. First one, we can have the same land coverage. What does it mean? You utilize the same land, but you can, and by using an efficient panel, you can boost the generation unit, the DC capacity. It can be increased by 6.5%. So as I said at the beginning, each panel will contribute with 35 watt more, and as a percentage, you increase the DC capacity by 6.5%. This is a big advantage to enhance the yield and enhance the business case of the solar projects regarding it's like rooftop or utility. And this is always a good approach if you don't have limitation on the DC capacity on the grid side. And then you can increase the DC capacity. The other scenario that you can reduce number of the panels and you can save the land, or you can optimize the design. You have basically, you increase the distance between the rows and you have less shading impact. And this also will help you to increase the production and have a better biodiversity. So I would say it's like a win-win solution to use efficient panels, either providing some number of panels and increasing the yield, or reducing the number of panels and enhance the design and the yield, and also saving a lot on the BOS, the balance of system, which is like all the associated components. So if you cut the panels, basically you cut everything beneath the mounting system, cables, labor hours, all of that. So when it's also good to highlight that in addition to the back contact technology we are using in our cells, which help us to improve the efficiency, we are using high resistivity wafer. What does it mean and how technically does it work? High resistivity wafer, basically we have much lower doping concentration in our wafer, and this will help us to increase the resistivity of the wafer we are using in our cells. And this also, as a result of that, this will increase the minority carrier's lifetime. So maybe to explain it in easier language, when you get the sunlight hits the cells, you get the electrons free, and these electrons forming, the current. But a few of the electrons tend to recombine again and dive again in the cell. So the recombination rates in our wafer and our cells is way less than I would say TOPCon cells, and this also help us to improve the current and the energy output of our panels. And here you can see in these diagrams the electron flow of the two options, like the two different cell technologies. On the left side, it's the TOPCon cells, and on the right side, the back contact technology. You can see, we have the back contact. We have the anode and cathode from the both side. From the back side in our cells. Talking about the safety of our features, this is a big umbrella we always try to enhance and develop So we have a copper interconnection. So we in the cell metallization we use completely copper, and this helps us to improve the microcrack resistance of our cells. So this is the first improvement we have done. We upgraded the material. Instead of silver, we are using copper. And the second upgrade we have is that we use the copper electroplating process instead of the laser, and this has way less heat dissipation on the wafer itself, and this also will improve the yield and the reliability of the wafer on the long term of operation. And also the third upgrade we have done, we upgraded the combination of the cell. So as I said, we use completely copper material on the cell level. Unlike other, I would say, technologies, they try to improve and use copper, but still they mix between copper and silver. And nowadays silver price is really going high, so this is an advantage for us to keep price stability on the long term. And the fourth upgrade is the soldering. In order to complete the circuit between the cells, you need to connect them, do soldering. And in our case, we do the soldering all the way from the backside. Unlike the traditional cells, they do the Z shape soldering or zigzag shape soldering, and this is causing this has a potential to start and initiate microcracks, especially at the edge of the cells. So I would say in general, using the copper is a big advantage in our panels, and will enhance the safety of and reduce the risk of the microcracks. Another also advantage of using the copper interconnection is to ensure long-term, I would say, decent yield. How does it work? So using the copper plating has a better electrical conductivity than the silver paste. So this is the first advantage, the conductivity of the copper circuit. And considering also the other features like the partial shading optimization and lower degradation, and also reducing the microcrack potential, all in all, these features will help us to boost the yield against other technology on the long term. So this is one real project we are testing. And we're testing this project for a while, almost 2.5, 3 years now, and we can see we have 5.25% more yield on the specific yield, and this is a big advantage. And if you also consider the yield on the whole entire area, we have even a 10% more yield compared to the Topcon. This is again due to the higher efficiency we have in our panels. So it's more reliability and more yield. So it's always good to the owner to have efficient panels that can enhance his, I would say, solar project. Another also thing I would like to highlight for this panel, that we have applied the zero busbar technology. So in the traditional panels, you can see the electrons after you get the electrons free, they go through the fingers and then through the bus bars all the way to the soldering pad. And if you eliminate the bus bars, basically you cut one step, and this will save and reduce the electrical losses. So this is the first advantage, you reduce the electrical losses, plus you reduce also, I would say, the material you could use on this level, the bus bars. The other advantage of this development, that you minimize the electrical loss caused by the macro cracks. So at the end of the day, the micro cracks could happen due to transportation, due to loads, by snow, by wind, during the installation. So there's a potential to have it. But if you have a zero bus bar, then you have less chance to lose the electrons, and you have higher chance to capture more electrons. So it will enhance the yield out of the solar panels and the entire solar project. So as you can see, this is our small developments from here and there, but all in all, it will add up and improve the energy yield. This is the new part. I would like to share with you that AIKO has the first panel that has the anti-ignition certificate. And it's good to know that in the solar industry, there's a small, I would say, risk to have fire, but it could happen, and no one would like to have it on his project. And with the experience and investigation and talking with operation maintenance companies, plus like the IEC bodies like TÜV, we found that the main three reasons to have the fire ignition is the hotspot on the panels, on the cell levels. This is due to shading normally. The diode overheating, this is a second also reason. And the third one, the reverse current, which is due to the overloading. So these could, damage lives. This is something no one wants to have. This also damaged the priority, the roof itself. And also, in case it happens, it will stop the operation of that factory, or which is a big loss. And with our panels, we try to investigate how we can define with IEC and establish a new standard for the safety testing from this manner in terms of fire safety and anti-ignition. So we have tested with them three things. First one, the hotspot test. The standard test, they do it for 3 hours at a temperature of 50 Celsius. And we did it with our panels in more advanced and strict. So we did it with 60 degrees for 10 times time, 30 hours. And as a result of that, it was found that our panels has 35% cooler than the TOPCon panels. So this is the first improvement, the hotspot test. The other part of the test was the diode thermal performance test, where they apply 1.25 of the short circuit current. And we did it with our panels with even more strict conditions, 1.4. And the result showed a 14% reduction in the diode temperature. So this is the second improvement. And the third one, it's the reverse current overloading test, where they apply also 1.35% in the standard test of the short circuit current for 2 hours. And we did it for longer time, basically for 6 hours, 3 times the standard time. And the result showed 15% lower cell temperature. So you can see in the three tests, we always show lower temperature. And as a result of that, our panels was defined as an anti-ignition panels. And this is the first module worldwide to have this certificate. So this is a big win for the asset owner, for the rooftop projects, or even for the ground mount projects. And as well as it has a big advantage in terms of the insurance company. This could also reduce the insurance cost of the solar projects. This is something we had before the Fire Class A in our double glass panels. So I think few panels in the market, they have Fire Class A. And as far as I know, we are the only Chinese manufacturer is holding the Fire Class A standards. So this is also, again, a big advantage in terms of safety for the solar projects. Yeah, it's also good to highlight that the standard we can see for our competitors is Class C. This is what they normally could achieve, and this is a big step from C to A. And yeah, again, this is one of the things we always try to keep in the double glass panels to increase the safety of the solar project. Another also advantage we have under the safety umbrella is the enhanced hail resistance performance, where our monoglass panels has passed the 40 millimeters hail test according to the TÜV standards, and our double glass panels has passed the 35 millimeters hail test. So this is something could be more relative to some regions in Europe. So I have seen projects in Switzerland, for example, they see a big value for this unique selling points that we have advanced and stronger glass. It might be relevant also for other countries with hailstorms. So this is something good in terms of safety. We have another also optional feature that we could offer in our panels, which has a big impact on the yield, which is the anti-dust. So basically, we eliminate and remove the air surface, or let's say the short side of the frame from the downside of the panel. So when the panel is tilted and you don't have the lower edge of the frame, this will basically stop the accumulation of the sand, of the dust. And on the long term, you can see an improvement on the yield and the energy output of the solar project. Another also optional feature we could offer you with this panel is the anti-glare. This is basically depends on the glass we are using in our panels. So the idea here that we use a specific type of a glass that can reduce the reflection. So this could be very important for some strict areas like the airports, some ports, because this will have kind of risk to have a glare and of the sunlight, which could cause some risk for the flights in the airports. Also, maybe a few projects close to the highways. This could be another also application with the anti-glare glass. So this is a customized solution we can apply for our panels. Maybe it's good to highlight, for example, at the tilting angle of 30 degrees, the reflection is going very low. It's less than 1%, but with the regular glass, it goes up to 40%. So this is a big improvement for these specific application where they're looking for these anti-glare glass panels. As a recap or as a wrap-up, a summary of these features we run through with our panels, we can provide a big value, and I would say in 3 categories. First one, high power. So this high power will help to boost the system size and will help the owner to achieve higher returns. High returns depends on the high power plus other features like partial shading optimization, the lower degradation, and the lower temperature coefficient, and plus the optional features like the anti-dust. And the third category is the ultra safety from the anti-ignition. We just run through the hail strike performance, the advanced hail strike performance, and the micro crack resistance, fire class A, and anti-glare. So I would say these are the high value categories we can provide with our panels. At the end, I would like to just look to the project from the owner perspective and see what are the values we can bring to them with our solution. So as a project owner, first of all, we care about the reliability of the project. We need a project that can stand on the long term, 20, 30 years in terms of operation and maintenance, but also the financial performance is the main motivation for the asset owner. So it's kind of investment for them. The more money they can generate, the more money they can do with the solar project, then this is a better business case for them. So the logic is with efficient panels, for example, with this 72 double glass Gen 3 panel, they can have a power of 670 per panel, which is 30 to 40 watts more than the regular panels in the market. And this will help them to boost the DC capacity again and get better yield on the long term. So for this specific example, they could increase the revenue of the solar project by 4.5%. And if we're talking about 10 meg project size, it's almost 1 million more revenue, which is a lot of money. So I think we have always to increase the awareness of the asset owner that efficient panels will help them to improve their benefits on the long term. Maybe they will increase their investment at the beginning of the day as an initial investment, because basically they buy a bigger project, bigger system. But on the long term, it's a win-win case for them. And from the EPC, our partners, you Guy, from your perspective, the idea is simple. If you could if you could manage to do a bigger job, if you can implement a bigger DC capacity, you can also increase your revenue, because you charge your customers based on the system size, based on kilowatt peak. So for this specific example, you could increase the revenue by 4.7%. So I think using efficient panels is a good strategy for everyone, for our partners, the APC, and as well as the asset owner. And at the end, I just would like to encourage you to register in our community if still you are not there, and try to join us in the coming trips to China. So basically, we have a point system there that you can utilize. You can increase the points. You can redeem some gifts. And you can also visit our factory in China if you can achieve a decent number of points. Yeah, I think I have reached the end of this session today, and thank you for listening. And maybe it's the time to take some questions from your side. So if you have any question, any comment, just feel free to write it in the chat or in the questions box. A question from Liam. Hi there. Do you have any information regarding prices changes going on 2026? So this is a hard question, Liam, for me, because prices are changing dramatically. I would say not even every week, every day nowadays, due to the whole material also changes. Not only the silver, everything is getting more expensive. The copper, the polysilicon. So my advice is just get in touch with the local distributors. I'm not sure where are you located, but if you're buying from distributors, just try to get in touch with them, and I think they will give you the most updated prices. But in general, I have seen at least 2.5 cents, uh, at least 2 cents more on the watt level, which is yeah, pity, but this is the case nowadays. Uh, Another question from Nazeh. He's asking for the presentation. Yes, definitely. So just try to reach us by email, or I can maybe just take a note and send a PDF of this presentation for you. Yes, definitely we can. Another also question from Altina. They're asking for the presentation. Yeah, definitely we can share it with you guys. Eva is asking, what's the highest rated panel you have available? So if we talk about this specific panel we just run through today, like the 72 double glass, it's 670. Will be in the future 675, like in Q3. But if we talk about the biggest panel we have, the dimension is the length 2465 millimeters. Again, 2465 millimeters, and it has a width of 1303. So this is definitely for the utility, for the ground-mounted projects. The power is 775, and I think in Q3 will be 780. So this is a very big panel, and it has 55 watt more than the TopCon panels on almost the same dimensions. So so a good question from Bawan. He's asking if we have official sales and promotional material that we can use. Definitely. We have promotion and material in different languages. I'm not sure from which country you are speaking. But yeah, we can basically provide you with the banners, with these, we call it one-pager documents, where you can show the value of our solution. And yeah, so I just advise you to get in touch with, I'm not sure if you have the solution manager contact from your side, but feel free to drop me an email. I will just, let me put my email in the chat, and you can basically just drop me an email, and I'll try to connect you with the right person located in your region. Just give me a second. So I put it in the chat. Hopefully you can see it. This is my email. So if you need any request in terms of marketing material, these slides we just run through, just feel free to, to communicate with me. Okay, we have a thanks from Eva. Thank you, Eva, for joining this call. From United Kingdom, then I am the person. I'm taking care of North Europe. So just Pawan, just send me an email and I will send you a link where you can get all these marketing material. English, yeah. I don't see more questions in the chat so far. For Portugal. I think we have in Spanish. I'm not sure if we have in Portugal, but Spanish I'm sure we have. But anyway, just drop me one email. I'll connect you with the local guys in South Europe, and hopefully they're gonna help you to get it. And thank you, Altina, for joining this call. I think this is all for today. I don't see more questions. I would like to thank you one more time for joining this webinar, and looking forward to see you in the coming one. Have a nice day and happy Friday.